has been transformed into the algae tank itself. And as you can also see, it's rather sunny, and the algae is rather thick. You can see those clumps there. That is not a good sign. It is a good sign, rather, just we'll talk about it. And that's temperature on the dark side, the far side, so to speak. The heater is on as of this moment. I have currently just, as you can see, a piece of aluminum foil. That's just aluminum foil from the dollar store. However, I noticed that on the inside, you can see the color difference there. That is different, and so I will be changing out this top shortly after I make this video. Here, I had started to scoop out some of these clumps that you see floating here, which again are not a bad thing by themselves. The algae will naturally do this. So it is a good sign. However, if you want to maintain harvestability for a long time, you need to remove these clumps. And I just had used a rice scooper, which is not that effective. So today I'll be making a trip to the pet store to get a very simple, rudimentary fish tank scoop, filter scoop. But this, as you can see, I did recover quite a bit. Haven't tested the pH yet, plan on doing that, should probably do that sooner than later, but oh well. Alright, that was the good news. I inoculated a new bottle, and as you can see, it's bubbling quite nicely. Very nice light green color. This is ideal, this is good. This is a more advanced culture, which I believe simply needs to be declumped as well. If you don't declump, let's talk about the first problems you get, alright? This is sample B1, alright? The first algae culture that I noticed was dying. Look at that. Nasty, alright? Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. These algae are naturally supposed to kind of clump like this. It's what they do. But again, you have to be prepared for this. And it might also be the fact that your medium is imbalanced, but you need to be sure that you can kind of declump your algae after a long time. It's an important issue to address, okay? Declump the algae. But in addition to that, I also have another one going pretty good, pretty well, and I re-inoculated one of my bigger units. I like these. These are Simply Orange, like 1.75 liter units. They're great. Let's talk about what I did to actually inoculate this big tank. I basically moved the tequila tank contents into here, into the big tank, and made note of it, of course. Yeah. Let's talk about the additional bioreactors that I've begun recovery from the street. This, by the way, these are wonderful. We have beans growing inside. We have some corn growing inside. What is this? Is that our corn? That might be our corn. All sorts of good stuff. Little bean sprouts. Unrelated. Vascular plants are for suckers. Vodka bottle. Little baby water bottle. A naked juice. Ironically, it's not Green Machine. It's a Berry Blast, but I like it. I'm going to experiment with these gallon jugs since they're kind of translucent. RC Cola found on the street, and a vintage, I can't believe this, vintage glass Coca-Cola bottle out of the trash, of course. And just accumulate bottles, accumulate bioreactors, write everything down, and don't be afraid to admit to yourself that you have a major clump problem and need to make a trip to the pet store ASAP. So, see you later.